is trading Nadex Binaries part-time and at night. And so for those of you that have been around for a little bit, some of this may be a little bit elementary for you. You know, just covering more tonight. I'm kind of wanting to more open your eyes up to some of the possibilities that are available for you at night. You know, we're not necessarily going to jump into, you know, real detailed strategies and systems and entries and exits and stuff like that. You know, especially for some of you that are new, you know, we've heard a lot of questions, people wondering, hey, what can I do at night? You know, I have a full-time job during the day. I'm not able to trade some of the early morning U.S. open sessions, so, you know, I guess I can't trade. Or is there really anything I can trade at night? Or some of you, you know, I've heard you say, hey, I try to trade at night, but it just doesn't seem to be working out for me. And so tonight's just going to be a little more of kind of maybe giving you some direction, open your eyes up to some nighttime possibilities and how to maybe adjust your schedule a little bit to make the most of the time that you do put in. So let me go ahead and get everything up and going here. Let's knock out our disclosure so we can get rolling, try to knock this out. So trading futures, options, or any financial instrument involves risk, may not be suitable for every investor. Any trading decisions you make is your sole responsibility. Contents of this webinar are not an offer or solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any particular financial instrument offered by Nadex, and past performance is not indicative of future results. And I need to turn this phone off here. Sorry about that. So if you're brand new to Nadex, hop on over to nadex.com and you can get some great information right there on the Nadex website. As far as basically Nadex offers two different products. They offer binaries and spreads, and you can go through and get some great information about both binaries and spreads on here. But I also want to direct you right here to trading platforms, and you can go right here to demo trading platform. Okay, and what you can do is open up a free demo account. Nadex will give you a free demo account. It'll take you just a second, just a couple minutes to open the account. All you got to do is just fill out basically name and number and an email address. And in just a few moments, you will get an email from Nadex and giving you a temporary password. And you can hop on with your username and temporary password. They'll give you a free $25,000 demo account. Get familiar with the Nadex platform, all the different products that they offer, entering and exiting orders, that kind of thing. You know, you can practice any strategies or systems, you know, even if you want to practice some of those nighttime strategy or systems that we're going to talk about tonight. You can check those out and practice them in your demo account as opposed to live money. So take advantage of all the free education that's there on the Nadex site and the free demo account. Now, my name is John Skelton. I'm with ApexInvesting.com. All right, Apex and Nadex, completely two different companies. Nadex is the exchange. Apex, we're a online company. We're a what we call THT, Traders Helping Traders. All right, we're an education company. We've got over 18,000 members. I've been with the company for about 3 years now. I'm an educator. We do a lot of step-by-step training courses and training on trading, you know, various products, including Nadex binaries and spreads. And I'm a trader just like you. We do these educational webinars for Nadex each and every Monday night at 7 p.m. And I'll give you a little more information about us at the end, where you can, you know, take advantage of some free education there as well. Okay. And Ben, that's me, John Mark, same person. So tonight's topic: what can I trade at night? All right, I want to talk about what you can trade at night. What are the best instruments to trade at night? Open your eyes to, you know, some nighttime trading strategies, paying attention to news at night, and also how to take advantage of some scalping opportunities at night. And I'll explain to you a little more what that is. Like I said, we're not going to jump into every detail of a bunch of different systems tonight or dig into, you know, questions and answers about some of the different systems that we've shown in the past. I'll show you where you can get all the information there you'd want. Like I said, it's more about just opening your eyes up to a few of the different trading strategies you can use at night, and open your eyes up to maybe what you might have been doing wrong, okay, or maybe not doing the most effective as far as nighttime trading, okay, and choosing the right instrument and so on. So again, I showed you where you can go over to the Nadex website there and get some information. You can go into the archives there and check out some previous recordings. Tonight's recording will be on the Nadex site as well here shortly, here in the next couple of days. But you know, we do these webinars each and every Monday night. You can go back and check out the archives if if you're brand new and you need to catch up on some of the basics of binaries or basics of spreads, or how they work and different ways to trade them. You can get some information there. You can also check out our site at ApexInvesting.com for a couple of different webinars we've done about how we trade 5-minute binaries or 20-minute binaries, and just give you an idea of some of the ways you can trade them as well. Okay, so we have a lot of people on here that are new and haven't been with us too long and are new traders. And like I said, some of you have full-time jobs, okay? So you don't have time to trade 8 hours a day. You may not even have time to trade, 4 hours a day. You have a brand new, you have a job and you're new to trading. You can't not sit in front of the charts all day and monitor trades. And really your only time to trade is either in the evenings after you get home from work, or maybe sometimes early mornings before you go to work. We do have a lot of traders that, try to trade a little bit on their lunch breaks or so on. But, and some people say, well, hey, there's all kind of trading strategies out there. I use, this strategy or this system or these different charts and indicators. And, I used to do some trading, and I've done some stock trading before, and I've done these longer term strategies. But, in the world of binaries, it doesn't feel like these longer term strategies really work for me, with shorter term expirations. And, all I know is longer term strategies, but I don't have the time to monitor those. I only have limited time. I want to be able to hop on and just trade for a little bit, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, and just get in and out of these trades, do a couple of, quick binary trades and be done is what I'm looking for. But I don't know how to do that. And I hear that quite a bit. Like I said, I want to open your eyes up to a few things here. So if that is you, Nadex binaries or spreads might be the perfect answer for you if you do have that very limited time. Or if you are brand new to trading, or if you, let's say, have a smaller account. You don't have $25,000 in your account to do, handle a margin on day trading, or you're not trading futures. You don't want to tie up thousands of dollars of margin to trade spot Forex. Well, Nadex binaries or spreads may be perfect for you. They're capped risk, limited risk, very low margins to get into. You can trade with a smaller account, and there are short-term expirations on binaries and spreads. So let's just take a quick peek here. Okay, let's just hop right onto the Nadex demo site here. Well, as you see right here, you can see the different products offered by Nadex. All right, we've got indice binaries and indice spreads. Well, what's an indice? Well, those are stock indexes. Okay, like for example, if I'm going to open this up here, like right here, we've got the China 50, we've got the FTSE 100, all right, which is the London market. We've got the German market. We've got the Nikkei, the Japanese market. And those are stock indexes, all right? And right here, these bottom ones, these four are U.S. stock indices, okay? These are, the Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell, okay? Those are derivatives of those stock indices, okay? You've got binaries and spreads on those. You've also got Forex. All right, we've got 10 different Forex pairs here that you could trade, okay? And then there's commodities. And when again on Forex, you've got binaries and spreads. Same on commodities, you've got binaries and spreads. What's a commodity? Well, commodity is something we like to say, it's something you can actually drop on your foot, right? It's not just a piece of paper. It's not just, an online trade you're doing. Commodity is a physical commodity you can drop on your foot. Copper, corn, oil, gold, natural gas, silver, and so on, okay? And so there's a lot of different options there for you, okay? And for some of you newbies, it can be overwhelming. Like, okay, well, I've got all that. That's great. There's even some other things you can trade 5-minute binaries. Nadex offers 5-minute binaries on 4 different FX pairs: Aussie dollar, euro dollar, pound dollar, and the dollar yen. What does that mean, 5-minute binaries? Well, exactly what it says. If there's a new binary that opens up every 5 minutes and then expires 5 minutes later. Okay, so for example, let's just say you pull up Forex binaries, and let's pull up the dollar yen, for example. Well, we've got a lot of options here. We've got binaries that opened up at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. By the way, any time frame you see on the Nadex website that's listed is Eastern Time. Okay, so we've got binaries that opened up at 6 p.m. that expire at 8. We've got binaries that open up at 7 p.m. and expire at 9. And then we've got some dailies: 3 a.m., 7 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m. tomorrow, 11 o'clock tonight, and even weeklies that expire Friday. So you've got a ton of options there. You've got binaries expire in an hour, 2 hours, daily, weekly. But then you've also got 5-minute binaries, meaning literally every 5 minutes there is a new binary. Like you see these right here. These expire at 7:15. Okay, you got 2 minutes and 23 seconds. As soon as these expire, new ones will open up that expire at 7:20. And they work the same way as the other binaries work, just like the dailies and the hourlies work, or the intradays. At expiration, they're worth 0 or 100. Okay, so you've got a lot of options at night. Okay, or daytime or nighttime, but we're talking about nighttime here. You know, and it all depends. You know, people say, well, which one should I trade then? I mean, that's a lot of options. I mean, I've got some that expire at 8, at 9, at 11 tonight, 3 a.m., tomorrow at 11 a.m. I mean, gosh, you know, that gives me 12, 16 hours to go. So it really, you know, some people say, which one should I do? Well, that's up to you. It all depends on what strategy or system you are using. Are you using a longer term strategy? You know, what system are you using? What chart indicators are you using? Are you looking at 1-minute bars, 10-minute bars, daily bars, hourly bars? You know, is your system more of a long-term system? Hey, my system's telling me that the market's going up, but it's a longer-term system. It might take hours, you know, for the market to go up because my system is longer term. So if my system's longer term and it's let me know what the market might do over the next, you know, longer term hours, well then, you know, I don't want a binary I probably don't want a binary that expires at 8 o'clock in 45 minutes from here. You know, I might not even want one that expires at 9 o'clock. Maybe I want to do an 11 p.m., give myself 4 hours to be right, let the market start going that direction. Or maybe I want to look even later at 3 a.m. All right, depends on what you're trading, you know. Again, some people like to use daily bars, hourly bars, whatever. Let's say you're using tick bars, you're using 1-minute type bars or 5-minute bars, and you're looking more for like the immediate trend of the market, not what is the market going to do over the next week or over the next day or even over the next 5 hours. What is the market doing right now? Like, what is the immediate trend of the market? You know, so you're more of a short-term trader. Where is it going right now? Well, then you might want to be looking at a binary that expires at 8 p.m., only giving you 45 minutes to wait. Or you might be interested in 5-minute binaries, okay, of the immediate trend of the market. What is the market doing right now in the next 5 minutes? Okay, but again, you know, personally, if I'm trading 5-minute binaries, then I'm looking at very short-term charts. You know, I'm looking at either 1-minute charts or I'm looking at tick charts. I need to know what it's doing right now within the next few minutes. All right, 5-minute binaries, you know what? Just you love them or you hate them. It's that simple. You know, you love them or you hate them. People love them because they move so fast. Some people love them because, hey, I have limited time to trade. I work 8 to 5. I get out of work. I got to go run errands. I got to go to the store. I got to pick up the kids. I got to do dinner. You know, I sit down by 8 o'clock in front of the computer, and I don't want to spend my whole night waiting on something to happen. I don't want to spend my whole night waiting on one expiration in 2 hours. Like, I want to be able to go, okay, I've got every 5 minutes, I've got a new binary on 4 different Forex pairs, and I can just boom, 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 trade. I mean, it's literally giving you, 40, because they don't offer 5-minute binaries the last 5 minutes of every hour. So you basically have, 11 expirations an hour times 4 markets. You've got 44 expirations, 44 potential opportunities in an hour. So some people love that. They love the speed. They love how fast they are. They love the in and out. They like that action. They love it. Some people hate it. Some people say, hey, it's too fast for me. It makes my heart beat too much. It's too stressful for me. I don't like 5-minute binaries. I like to stick with the hourly binaries, give myself a little more time to be right because I know how the markets can pull back. That's a personal preference. There's no right or wrong. I can't tell you, and no one can tell you that one's better than the other. It's a personal preference, and it's also based on what strategy or system you are using. Okay, I'm not going to tell you to change your strategy or change your system. If you have a strategy or system that you know and works great for you and is time tested, well, go with that. All right, you just have to figure out what is that system you're using. Is it more conducive to a longer term binary or shorter term binary? Okay, but my point is you've got a ton of options at night. People always think, well, I can't trade in the morning, and I know like most of the commodity pits are open in the morning, gold and oil, and like the US stock indices all open at 9:30 Eastern time, and that's when everything's moving, so I can only trade at night. I guess I just can't trade. And that's not the case. All right, there are nighttime trading opportunities. But here is one of the things I've seen people do, and one of the biggest reasons why they don't do well at nighttime trading. You know why? Because what they'll do is they'll say, okay, I'm going to get into this trading thing. I think trading sounds cool. And, I hear stuff on the news and online. I always hear people talking about, the S&P 500 and the Dow, and I want to trade those. And so at nighttime, they're sitting there taking time away from their life and time away from their family, and they're pulling up. They got 4 charts open, and they've got all 4 U.S. indices open, and maybe they have gold or oil open too, and it's 7:15 Eastern time. And then they complain going, there's nothing going on. These aren't moving. I can't trade. I can't make money with binaries because there's nothing going on at night. Okay, well, it's 7:15 at night. Do you really think the U.S. indices are moving a whole lot right now, normally? Do you really think even gold or oil is going to move crazy right now, most of the time without news? No, like those U.S. stock indices, those are going to mainly move. I mean, they will move some at night, and they will move some overnight, but they're mainly moving in the mornings when, when the markets, U.S. markets are open. So one of the first things you have to realize is, a lot of people just want to jump in and they only want to think about strategies and systems and just tell me what to trade. And you got to step back and say, hey, if I'm only able to trade very limited time and in very limited days, wouldn't I want to, first of all, make the most of that? And if I'm going to be sitting here watching charts when I take this time out of my evening, I want to be watching charts that potentially are going to be moving or have a better chance of moving than others. So when you think about what to trade at night, if you're going to be trading indices, for example, what do you think is going to be moving at night? All right, it's 7:20 Eastern time. Let's just say from 7 o'clock to 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern time, what is open? What markets are open? Well, the 4 U.S. indices are not really moving that much, okay? But what is open? Yeah, it's Asian session, exactly, okay? It's Asian session. What does that mean? Well, the main 2 markets that are be open that are on, that have instruments on Nadex is Japan and Australia, okay? And so as far as indices go, bam, right there. You do have the Japanese market, okay? And I believe at 8 o'clock you'll start seeing those hourly binaries pop up. And I believe there's 20-minute binaries on those as well. Okay, so that market is opening up. It's going to be morning time for them. It's their morning opening session. Just like for us in the morning, you know, that's our opening session when the Dow and the Nasdaq and the S&P is moving, right? Well, here at 8 o'clock, that's going to be the case for Japan. It's their morning, and you do have binaries available to trade on that opening. Okay. Now let's take a look at Forex. Forex is normally my favorite thing to trade at night. Okay. So again, what two markets are open? Australia and Japan. So if I'm going to be like, okay, I'm a part-time trader, I've only got a little bit of time, I'm going to trade at night. So let me pull up a chart of, you know, I'm only trading from 7 to 9 at night. So I'm going to just open up a euro pound chart. I'm going to open up a euro dollar chart and a dollar CAD, US Canadian chart. And I'm just going to sit there watching those three charts every night from 7 to 9. How happy do you think I'm going to be at the end of the week as a part-time trader when I'm trading from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time at night? And the markets that I'm looking to trade is the US versus Canada, the US CAD, which are both closed, or, you know, which both of those major markets are not really open and moving at night. They're moving during the day. And euro dollar, which again, European session doesn't start till the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. And euro versus pound is like two different European sets. There's not going to be a whole lot going on those charts, is there? At 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time, unless there's some crazy news, right? But, you know, what happens is a lot of people get into trading and they don't really know what they're doing, or they don't really know where to start. But all they hear is something they heard on the news or some video they watched on YouTube talking about, well, the euro dollar is the most highly traded liquid. Oh, I want to trade that. That sounds cool. Hey, I trade euro dollar all the time. I do it all the time. But it's not necessarily the main one I'm looking at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So if I've got limited time and I'm going to be watching some charts at night, what do I want to watch? What do I want to make the most of? Aussie pairs and yen pairs, right? So what do we've got? We've got Aussie yen, Aussie dollar, euro yen, pound yen, dollar yen. We've got multiple Forex pairs that we can be watching there, right? So if we've got limited time, does it not make sense that we want to watch those particular pairs that are moving? Okay. And like I said, I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, man, I'm struggling with this nighttime trading. There's nothing going on. And probably 90% of the time, that's the biggest thing I find that we need to correct with them and get them on a different path is they're looking at the wrong thing. They're like, well, I hear people talking about how it's cool to trade oil, or it's cool to trade silver, or whatever it may be. And those certain things aren't always moving a whole lot this time of night. Okay, so that's the first thing you got to realize is that, first of all, you've got a ton of options to trade. You've got indices, Forex, commodities, right now, you've got binaries that expire in 30 minutes, an hour and a half, 4 hours, tomorrow, weekly, and then every 5 minutes. You've got a ton of options there. And you can utilize short-term strategies, longer-term strategies, and immediate what's happened in the next 5-minute type strategies. Okay? But you want to make sure you're focusing on the right things. Now, what happens in the middle of the night, say around 3 a.m.? Well, Australia and Japan are kind of coming towards the end of their day, right? But what's opening up? Yep, exactly, Edgar. London Open. And I know a ton of traders that love London Open. I know a ton of traders that only trade the London Open. Okay? And that normally hits about, well, let's say 3 a.m. Eastern time. I know a lot of part-time traders that, again, they work all day, they have full-time jobs, and they don't want to trade at night. They actually get up early and trade before going into work. Yeah, they might get up literally at 3 a.m. and trade the London session for a couple hours. There can be, yeah, Edgar, exactly. There can be a lot of volatility around 3 a.m. And what do you have available for you then overnight? Well, you've got, again, euro pound, euro yen, euro dollar, pound yen, pound dollar, right? You got dollar franc. I mean, you've got a lot of options. Okay, you've got a lot of options there for London. What else do you have? Well, let's go back to indices. FTSE 100. The FTSE 100 is the London market, the London stock market. Okay, the Germany 30 is the FDAX. That's the German market. You want to talk about a market that moves and can move like crazy? Yeah, try trading the FDAX. That thing can move. All right, you've got a lot of options there. Okay, so again, don't think that if you can't trade from 9 to 11 in the morning that there's just no opportunities for you to trade. You just have to make sure that you're being smart about it and knowing what's open at that time. Okay, like what's open at that time? What do you need to be trading at that time? Now, we can take it a step further. Okay, and there's various websites out there that you can go to for news and see what news is coming out. If you're interested in trading Forex, there's plenty of places you can go to find out, what news events are coming out. There's Forex News, Forex Factory, there's all kind of Forex websites out there that let you know, hey, here's the news events coming out this week. They're coming out this night, this time. Here's the Forex pairs that they could affect. Historically, this news events or announcement or interest rate or, whatever the announcement may be, this typically does not have a big effect on the market. Or this particular announcement normally has a pretty big effect on the market. Be very aware of this one. It can cause a, good movement. Historically, it moves at 50, 60 pip, whatever it may be. And you can check these news sites out a week in advance. You could check them out Sunday night, or Sunday when you're trading and say, okay, hey, I'm a part-time trader. I'm going to trade at night, but I only am able to trade a couple of nights this week, 2 or 3 nights. I'm not going to trade every single night. I can only trade a couple of nights a week. Well, let's say that this coming week, you can only trade 2 nights. Well, we already talked about, okay, if I'm only going to trade 2 nights, I'm only going to trade a couple hours, I need to first of all be smart about what I'm trading. And I need to be smart about what instrument I'm trading. I need to be looking at things that are actually open and potentially moving, right? We already got that part covered. But you can take that to the next level and say, okay, let me look at the schedule of news events coming out to say, all right, if I'm only going to trade 2 nights a week, do I just want to randomly pick them myself? Do I want to just randomly myself pick what nights I'm going to trade? And I just expect the market to work around me? I just expect the market to move when I want it to move? That's just not how the market works, is it? That's not trading. That's not being a trader. That's not looking at the market, looking at the news, looking at world events, seeing what's going on. If you only got a couple days to trade, yeah, let's trade the right product that's moving, and then let's check news and see what nights some good news events, news releases are coming out, and let's choose those nights to trade. All right, let's not make our own schedule and expect the market to follow us, what we want. Let's see what the market's going to do. Let's see what events are coming out, what's the best nights to trade, what times are those news events coming out, so what's the best time of those nights to trade, and just make the most of part-time trading. Okay, and I know I'm kind of repeating myself a little bit here. It's just I can't tell you how often I've seen this, how often I've been asked this question, and 90% of the time, it's those two issues right there. Looking at the wrong charts of something that's not moving, and then just choosing the wrong days, okay, as opposed to just simply put in a little research, find out what night you should trade. What night is there news on the yen? What night is there going to be news that moves the yen potentially, or that moves the Aussie currency potentially, you know, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. The times that you're available to trade. Trade those times. Trade when something's going on, okay? So you've got some options there. So that's the first thing you want to think about is trying to focus on that and making the most of your limited time, okay? Guys, I know some of you are asking questions. Bear with me. I'm not ignoring your questions. I'm just trying to keep us on track here. Some of your questions that are coming through, I'll be actually covering in the next section, or some we've already got to, and I'll stay on at the end to make sure I catch up on some questions here. So not ignoring them. I'm just trying to keep us on track here, but feel free to ask them, okay? We'll get to them there. So we know what moves early evening, we know what moves overnight, and then obviously we know for the morning U.S. session, okay? And we know what we can trade at night there. All right, and like I said, always be aware of those news trades. Check out the news calendars. There's a ton of different ways you can trade news. You can trade news directionally. You know, you can trade whatever strategy or system you're using. You know, once the news comes out and moves the market, you know, you can try to follow that directionally. You know, we do some trades called iron condors overnight with Nadex spreads. You know, that when it's not a huge, when the news announcement that's coming out doesn't historically, you know, have a history of moving the market hundreds and hundreds of points, you know, if it's normally more of a smaller move, it's a way that we can kind of collect premium on Nadex spreads when the market's not moving a whole lot, or it's not really volatile at night, like when the markets are moving sideways. Philip, I think you asked something about that earlier, about, you know, sometimes at night the market just is not volatile, it moves sideways. We addressed that a little bit, you know, Philip's question there about making sure, for one, you're looking at the right instruments, for two, making sure to be aware of news, but then for three, it's also about, you know, something we talk a lot about is having multiple plays in your playbook. If you're a golfer, you don't have just one golf club, right? You've got a wedge, you've got a driver, you've got different drivers for different things. If you're a football player, you've got more than one play in your book. You don't win a football game by, you know, doing Hail Mary every play, right? You've got to have different plays in your book for different things. And, you know, we talk about that, about, you know, maybe you're going to start with a trending system and learn that system and perfect it. And, you know, that way you have a good system to trade when the markets are trending. But, you know, what about those nights where there's not a whole lot going on? The markets are kind of sideways, okay? How can you make money when the market's not moving and it's kind of sideways, or it's what we call range bound? And, you know, we teach some strategies called iron condors with Nadex spreads, or butterflies with Nadex binaries. You can go back in some of the webinar archives there, and you can check out webinars on both iron condors and on butterflies with Nadex binaries. Okay, so there is ways, you know, we've talked about ways to, you know, make the most of your time to trade when the market's moving, but even when the market's not moving, there are ways to take advantage of that with both Nadex binaries and spreads, okay? And you can check those out in some of the webinar archives there. Iron condors for Nadex spreads and butterflies for Nadex binaries. It shows you, I think I actually reviewed butterflies, I think just 3 or 4 weeks ago, I believe. I talked about butterflies, okay? And I'll show you where you can get some more information on that as well. So don't feel like, you know, I can't trade at night because nothing's moving, or, okay, John, hey, cool, thank you. You got me on track. I was watching the wrong things. I wasn't really looking at the right nights. Okay, you helped me there, but hey, there's still some nights where things aren't moving. I can't trade. Yes, you can. Iron condors and butterflies. Check it out, okay? Mikey, yes, absolutely. This is being recorded. Should be up on the Nadex website under the archives here in just a few days normally. Okay, but yeah, it is being recorded. All right, so check those things out. Be aware of news. Be aware of the proper instrument. Go back. We don't have time tonight to get into all the details of all those different strategies and systems, but check out iron condors with spreads and check out butterflies with binaries. Okay, real quick, I want to show you something. All right, you can also find these in some of the archives, and I'll show you where get some more information as well. Yeah, there are some trainings on the Apex website and all the webinar archives on the Nadex website. You've got a ton of free education there. Just go to nadex.com. You can find a bunch of stuff there. Some people have asked about, well, okay, those 5-minute binaries. I like the idea of those, but I don't know. You know, like I said, if you have a short-term strategy or system that's letting you know the direction of the market right now, you can trade those 5-minute binaries. Some people ask, they say, hey, I've heard about people saying that they scalp the 5-minute binaries. What does that mean? Well, one of the great things about Nadex, all right, that's different from some of these like binary brokers and like these overseas bucket shops that you don't want to mess with, is you can actually exit a trade early. All right, if you're in a binary, you don't have to hold it until expiration. Okay, you can get out early. You don't have to hold it to expiration. Meaning if I go in and I buy this binary right here, for example, well, I can buy this binary and I can hold it to expiration, or I can sell out of it early. Now, why would I want to get out of something early? Well, I can get out of it whether it's going for me or against me. All right, whether it's a 5-minute binary or hourly binary, it doesn't matter. Let me show you an example here. Let's look at these binaries right here that expire at 9 p.m. So let's say that I go in here and I buy this binary right here. All right, I'm just doing this as an example in my demo account. So I bought a binary, right? Okay, and the order executed, and it's right there in my open positions, right? I bought it, +1, see that? So which binary did I just buy? This one right here, right? The 1359. So I bought it for 56.50. What can I sell it for right now? 47.50. Now 48. See that 48? See, this is the offer side, what I can buy for. This is the bid side, what I can sell for. See 48 right there? Or now 42.75. Same you see right here, current market, 42.75. So what does all this stuff down here mean? Well, +1 means I bought it. I bought it for a price of $56.50. At expiration, it'll be worth either 0 or 100. But before expiration, I can get out of it early, right? So I bought it for $56.50. Right now, I can sell it for what? $44.50, right? So what's the difference between $56.50 where I bought it and where I can sell it right now? The difference is $12, right? So currently my profit, my P&L is I'm down $12. Okay, so let's say I bought this binary thinking the market's going to go up, but the market's starting to go down, and then I'm down $30, and I don't want to lose the whole 50. I just want to close it out and only take a loss of 30. Well, I can exit this trade early and close out and only lose 30. What if I'm right and the market is going up? Let's say I bought it for 56. Now it's worth 80, or now it's worth 86. Well, I could close it out and take my $30 profit. Yes, I can hold it till expiration and let it expire being worth 0 or 100. But I can exit early, whether it's going for me or against me. That makes sense. Any questions on that? Some people say, well, how do you do that? Well, I bought the binary, right? You see it there in my open positions. Well, if I bought it and I want to get out of it early, what do I got to do? I got to sell it, right? So all I do is just click the order right here, just click it. It automatically opens up a ticket marked sell, and I sell it, and it's gone. Money's back in my account, difference of where I bought and sold, my profit or loss, done, right? It's that simple. So you can exit a trade early. So what is scalping? Well, scalping would be, let's say that I want to buy this binary right here for $36.50, for example. I think the market's going up, so I'm going to buy it. And when it gets up 20 bucks and I'm up $20 profitable on it, I'm just going to get out of it and take my 20 and run. I'm scalping the market. I'm not holding on to it longer term. I'm not waiting for it to expire. I'm hopping in, letting it go my direction, and I'm just trying to take 20 or 30 bucks or 20, 25 bucks profit, boom, close it out. 20, 25 bucks, boom, close it out. Because I think the market's going up, it does start to go up, and my binary's value is starting to go up, and I just want to take that profit and go. Maybe the market will keep going up, and maybe it would have expired profitable, or maybe the market will go back down. I don't know, but I'm just scalping. I'm looking to get in and out really quick. Okay? That's what scalping is. And some of you are asking about the 5-minute binaries. Let's take a look here. I want to show you something interesting on the 5-minute binaries. Check out the, actually let's look at pound dollar. No, we can look at dollar yen. All right, look at the strike prices. So every 5 minutes, you've got a new set of 5-minute binaries that come out, right? Look at the strikes here. 107.55, 52, 49. They're 3 ticks apart, right? 3 ticks apart, these strikes. 3 ticks is not very much, is it? Look at the difference here. $9 compared to what? $35. $73 compared to $91. I mean, look at this. $9, $63. That's like $50 difference. This right here is 20, a minute ago was almost $30 difference. Between what? Between 3 ticks. You see that? So let's say that you're using some type of strategy or system that's giving you the immediate direction of the market. Look at this. We only got a minute to go to expiration. Look at the difference of 10 bucks compared to almost 70 bucks. Look at the difference of the value of those binaries there with only 3 ticks difference. You see that? So if you've got whatever strategy or system you're using is showing you kind of an immediate trend of the market, okay? Where's the market going right now? Not over the next 12 hours, but right now, meaning you're using 1-minute bars or using something like, I think I had one up, like a tick bar. Like these are tick bars, okay? So take a look here. Like this is one of the, just an example of something we use, at times with trading like 5-minute binaries. We would call our trend catcher system. This kind of cyan colored arrow here, kind of a heads up like, hey, the market might be going down. It was starting to go up, now it's going down. The red confirmation arrow says, yep, it's going down. Well, look over here. See the pricing over here? So look when I get this red arrow telling me the immediate direction of the market. What is the price at? 107.29. Well, 3 ticks down is right here, 107.26. It's just 3 ticks there. All right, right here, what is this arrow? 107.17 up to 20. There's 3 ticks. Right here, 14, 11, 3 ticks. That one didn't quite get 3 ticks. This one here, boom, easily got 3 ticks. Okay, you get my drift. You want something that's giving you the immediate direction of the market. And look what can happen with just a few ticks. You don't even have to go for 3 ticks sometimes. Sometimes it's just a couple of ticks can be quite a bit of difference. Look at right here. We just got some new ones open up with 4 minutes to go. Look at the difference, 25 and 53. You see that? So in just 3 ticks. So remember I was explaining to you a minute ago what scalping was? Well, if you're using a strategy or system that's giving you the immediate direction of the market, you know, kind of similar like something I showed you here, whatever it is you're using, where's the market going right now? Like, what can I expect a few ticks this way or that way or this way or that way right now? And every 5 minutes, you've got new binaries that open up that you can scalp for 20, 25 bucks on 5-minute binaries on 4 different Forex pairs. That's a lot of opportunity at night, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's a lot of opportunities there for scalping. So whether you're short-term or long-term, it really depends on your preference and your strategy or system. Philip says, can you be in the money but still lose? I often have this issue. Is your P&L indicative of the value of the strike price or whether you're in? Philip, I'm not quite sure of your question. Are you talking about at expiration? At expiration, if you're in the money, you can't lose. Okay? I mean, if it expires in the money, it expires in the money. You're always going to be down, or almost always going to be down right away when you enter a trade because you've got a bid-offer spread. You've got a difference. All right? It takes a minute for the market to move. So even if you're in the money, meaning the market might be above your strike price currently, but your P&L is going to show bid-ask spread still. Okay? So that is still going to be the issue there. Okay? Mikey, what commissions are involved with Nadex binaries or spreads? You have 90, commission is 90, fee is 90 cents each side. Okay? So 90 cents when I buy it, 90 cents when I sell it if I exit it profitable. Okay? So it's 90 cents when I get in, and then when I get out, it's 90 cents if it's a profitable trade, or it's 0 if it's not a profitable trade. But it caps out at $9, meaning it's 90, like let's say I want to go buy a binary right now, it'd be 90 cents. If I buy 10 binaries, it'll be $9. But that's my cap, is at $9. If I buy 50 binaries, it's still only $9. It's 90 cents, but it caps out at $9. That makes sense, Mikey? Okay. So let's see here. Which of the trades do you trade with tick difference? Do you buy or sell? You can buy or sell. You can buy or sell. I just showed some buy examples. You can buy or sell. It just depends on what direction the market's going. Okay. Yeah, Philip. Philip says, yeah, a couple times I bought a strike price that's in the money, but its value shows that I have a loss of $2 currently. Well, that's going to happen because you've got the difference of the bid-ask spread. I mean, you can look at 5-minute binaries, or you can look at anything. Look at 9 p.m. Where's the market right now? At 1.1359, right? Well, if we buy this binary right here, for example, okay, and we buy this one, well, we bought the 1355 strike. And what are we saying? That the market will expire above 1355. Well, it's already at 1359, so it's already in the money. This binary strike is in the money. But if I want to sell it right now, I can't sell it for what I bought it for. I can sell it for what the selling price is, which is lower, which right now my P&L will show a loss until the market moves higher. Okay? Now, if I held it to expiration and it stayed above 1355, then it'll expire worth $100. If it expires below 1355, then it'll expire being worth 0. Okay? So let's see here. Why were you looking at the difference between the buy and sell at the row across below versus the buy and sell? Tom says, why were you looking at the difference between buy and sell at the row across and below versus the sales price right next to the buy price? Because Tom, what I was talking about there is, remember I showed you the chart talking about the the price is moving 3 ticks. Remember I showed you over here like this example of a chart where if you've got some kind of directional indicator that's letting you know the immediate trend of the market. See the price over there, 107.07, just boom, right there is 107.04. There's 3 ticks, right? Here, 107.08, go up to 11, there's 3 ticks. What I was showing you here was on the 5-minute binaries, okay, the strikes are 3 ticks apart. See this? 5.9, 5.6, 5.3, 5.0. So if I were buying or selling one of these strikes and it moved, the market moved up or down 3 ticks, look at the difference of value between 3 ticks difference. Does that make sense? And obviously if I'm buying one and the market goes up, I got to sell it back. So if I'm buying this one and the market goes up 3 ticks, it would be 3 ticks more in the money, just like this one currently is, meaning it would be, I'd be able to sell it for about 65 bucks. It's called the price ladder here. Okay. So all I was doing there was showing you, yeah, if I want to sell something right now, then yes, I'd be saying I could buy it for this and sell it for this. I'd go right across. But if I'm looking at, hey, if I bought this and the market went up 3 ticks, what would it maybe be worth? Well, that means this binary would be 3 ticks more in the money than it is now, just like this one right here is 3 more ticks, and that's the going price of it. Okay. So let me look at a couple questions here. Let's see. Guys, a couple of you are asking about some of our Apex stuff. I'll address that. I'll ask you to ask us that over on the Apex site. Okay. This is a Nadex webinar we're doing here tonight. So if you have questions on the Apex, please ask us over on the Apex site. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, I'll try to talk about spreads here real quick, but we don't have a whole lot of time left. Yeah, somebody's saying, do you prefer buy or sell? They're the same. It just depends on where the market's going. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Philip, if you held it till expiration, it was still in the money, then yes, absolutely. David said, do I prefer binaries or spreads? I do both. I trade binaries and spreads. I trade different ones for different strategies. I'm personally a really big spread fan myself, but I trade binaries all the time. Okay. All right, Tom, I think we got that question answered there. Let's see here. Let's see here, Ron. Let me check your question. I've got quite a few I'm going through here. We got a couple hundred people on with us tonight, so bear with me if I missed your question here, Ron. Oh, about the straddles, Ron? Is that what you're asking about? Yeah, I love straddles. I trade them all the time when when the markets are going volatile. I personally do them more on the 20-minute binaries than I do on the 5-minute binaries. But if you can get the right pricing on the 5-minute binaries, sometimes you don't always have, the right pricing on them. But when you can do them, they're great, especially when that market moves. I think it's a great system. So when you can get them, or sometimes, Ronnie, maybe you've got to get one and then wait for it to move up or down to get the other one just right. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't get them both. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Let's see here. Edwin says, is there any advantage of trading weekly binaries? I don't personally trade the weekly binaries, Edwin, only because, most of the strategies or systems that I use are kind of shorter term, immediate direction of the market. I mean, here's the thing. Now, if you're a longer term trader, you have a strategy or system that you use and, you've used for other trading, you really like it, and it's longer term, then, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with daily or weekly binaries. I know a lot of people that trade them, but, here's the thing. If I'm going to go and trade Forex binary, I've got these right here from 7 to 9. Well, if I have something that's telling me the immediate direction of the market, And let's say I want to buy this binary right here for 48 bucks. Well, in an hour and 3 minutes, if I'm right and the market goes up or stays up, or, you know, I can make about 50 bucks, right, in the next hour of where the market's going. Now, if I want to buy a weekly for about 48 bucks, I got to wait 3 or 4 days to make the same amount of money and have my 50 bucks tied up, right? Now, granted, it might not lose as much in the next hour. You know, it might take longer. Like if I'm wrong and it's going against me, you know, I'm going to lose slower as opposed to losing quicker over the next hour. But I'm also going to, I mean, look at this. Check this out. 1375 to 1325. 50 ticks difference. You see that on the weeklies, Edwin? 50 ticks, or 50 pips. What's the difference here of a 50 pip move? 48 bucks to 59, like $10, right? As opposed to hourlies, 67 to 63, 4 pips with a much bigger difference. Okay, does that make sense? So, you know, that's why I don't do a whole lot of those personally, okay, just because for the same amount of time. Also, you know, a lot can happen between now and 4 days with Forex, right? I mean, it's Monday night. These don't expire till like Friday afternoon. A lot can happen between now and then with Forex. I'm not saying don't trade them. If you have a longer term trading strategy, go for it. It's just a lot of the ones I use are a little bit shorter term. So I don't use them a whole lot. Now, where I do use them, Edwin, personally, is let's say it's Thursday night, or let's say it's Friday during the day, and I'm trading. Well, I may be looking at, you know, the intradays or the next hour or two, but I'll also check the weekly because they're different strike levels, and they're still expiring that same day, you know. So I definitely take advantage of them that day because they're another option for me that day or that afternoon. I just don't do a whole lot of them 4 days ahead of time. You know what I mean? So, so guys, again, just kind of want to open your mind up there to let you know that there are definitely different strategies you can do. You know, check out the range bound, the butterfly strategies on binaries. Check out the iron condor strategies on spreads. You can use short-term spreads to trade at night as well. I mean, you know, guys, there's a lot of movement at night on some Forex pairs. You know, I mean, even like pound yen. Pound yen's one of my favorite. This is, I think, last night, 6.5. Yeah, this is last night. I mean, look at last night on pound yen. I mean, you know, the market was down here about what, 153.30, came all the way up here to what, 153.86. I mean, there's a 50 pip move right there on pound yen. If you had a 1 spread, there's 50 bucks. You had 10 spreads, there's 500 bucks right there last night, right? The market's coming up and down, got a good down move, down, up. I mean, look at overnight. Look at pound yen again, or look at later in the night, like what, 10 o'clock? What, it's down here about 153.75. Kind of slowed down here at 154.20. Another 50 pip move. You've got moves on Forex. Look at this overnight. Remember we were talking about London session, pound, right? What did it do? It's kind of down here at like 153.64. About 3 a.m. Look what starts to happen when Europe opens up. Came up here to what, 154.80 from, was that 130 pip move? I mean, dollar a tick on a spread. You've got binary and spread opportunities at night. Okay, so you've got both there. So take a look at that. Yeah, Eric says, wow, and that's pound yen. I mean, that's pound yen. I mean, look, you can go over to pound. What's pound dollar? Dollar yen. I mean, what did we already had a dollar yen chart open, right? What did dollar yen do last night? See right here, U.S. yen last night. That's what pound. There's dollar yen. Look at that. From 6, 7 o'clock. What is this, 1917? This is last night. 7 o'clock, 106.78 down to 106.44. There's 40 pips. Boom. 50 up to 20 pips. They move. Okay, I mean, you've got good movement at night on some of these things, especially when there's news. All right, and I wasn't trading last night, but I'm going to bet that there was some news that caused the yen to move. That's why you see pound yen and dollar yen really moving last night. Here's pound dollar. I mean, here this today on pound dollar. I mean, look at overnight. Look at London session. Pound dollar, 43.61, 44, 49. I mean, 90 pips. I mean, guys, there is opportunities during the day, early evening, and overnight to trade. Okay, so there's definitely opportunities there for you. So again, want to open up your eyes to that. Like I said, some of you are asking some questions about some of the strategies or systems like on binaries or butterflies and strangles. You can hop on over to the Nadex website and you look at some of the archives there. Okay. For the webinars. You can also hop on over to ApexInvesting.com. We have a whole binary section and a spread section. You can get an absolutely free username and password, log in, hundreds of hours of free education there. You can just go into the education section and go to binaries. I have step-by-step training courses on trading 5-minute binaries, trading 20-minute binaries, trading the strangles we talked about, the butterflies we talked about, all the different systems. You can go in there and watch it absolutely for free. You know, we've got some news calendars, some free deviation levels. Some of you are asking about these tick charts. You can get some information about that on there. We show you how to get free charting platform. Somebody just asked if this was TOS. This is NinjaTrader. We show you how to get that all free. Free NinjaTrader, free futures data, Forex data. Tons of information there. Go check it out. We've got some binary and spread scanners as well that kind of scan all the different binaries for you, you know, back and forth. You know, like when you're here on the page, remember we're like, okay, we got these 6 to 8 ones, and then we've got like these at 9, and there's 3, 8. There's all these different ones. You know, the scanner kind of puts it all on one page for you there, and you know, just kind of easier view all on one page. You know, that's all absolutely free. So check that out. Make sure to check that out. Get some free education there. Feel free to hop on over and get a free username and password to check that out. Hop on over to nadex.com and get some education as well on binaries and spreads, and make sure to hop on and get your free $25,000 demo account so that you can be testing out these new strategies and systems as well. And, you know, use your demo money to practice and get these nighttime strategies down. Get it mastered in demo before you move over to live trading. Okay, so Eric, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope this webinar helped. Did this help anybody? Did this open anybody's eyes to, oh man, I've been trying this nighttime or part-time thing, and maybe I was just kind of focused on the wrong thing. Maybe I wasn't focused on the right instrument. Maybe I wasn't looking at the right times. Maybe I was, you know, not scheduling my days right. So I hope it really helped. Like I said, this wasn't a jumping into strategies and system and entries. It was kind of backing up, going, hey, before you figure out what strategy or system, figure out what to trade and when to trade it. So I hope that really helped, guys. I tried to get through as many questions as I could there. We are kind of running out of time here. If there were any questions that you still had, feel free to hop on over and ask us in the help desk there on the website, and just go to Apex Investing and submit a ticket. Say, hey, I was on the website, I had a question on this, and we'll be happy to get those questions answered for you as much as we can. Okay? All right, guys, I appreciate your time, and thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Like I said, we do these educational webinars for Nadex every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and look forward to having you on with us again. So, yeah, okay, the next one will be next Monday night. So, All right, Craig, thank you too. Appreciate your help as always. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening, and we will look forward to seeing you next week.